Will said he wasn't happy with the way Saturday went. What did you see?
Yeah, I thought we made a few poor decisions. I thought the defense got after us a little bit. I mean, we started really well the first tempo period. I thought the ones looked real sharp, and then after that we just kind of waned. It's just kind of the ebb and flow of, I think, training camp, and you're going to have your good days, they're going to have their good days, and I thought that definitely the defense got after us on Saturday. But we've had our days too, and I felt really good about today's practice and yesterday's as well. So I like where we're at, and I think we're headed in the right direction.
How do you feel about the leadership on that side of the ball? You say you're bounce back, you got a lot of veterans. How do you feel about the guys leading you right now?
I feel really good. I mean, it's been we got a good mix in each room, so I think really you can point to every position has a guy that is an older player that probably has the leadership qualities you're looking for, and I think that's always a sign that you have that. And I always believe that to be great on offense, you got to have great guys in the line room. There's a long history of really good line play here, and I think the makeup of the guys in that room is going to be the difference this season and help us get where we want to go.
Coach Jim said this receiving room is probably the deepest he's had with Campbell's talented. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, we got sirens, we got construction, we got all kinds of things going on around us. Yeah, I think that as far as the receiver room goes, it's a good balance. We got some young guys, we got some older guys, and we got. All right, sorry about that. No, you got young guys and older guys, and quite honestly, like, it's exciting. You got guys with different types of traits. You got possession guys, speed guys, bigger guys, fast guys. You got slots, you got separators. And in this offense, we move people around. So we incorporate. You don't need to have to beat the guy that can be press every down. Like, we're gonna move in motion and do different things to help guys do what they do best. So I think there's a place for all those guys to contribute, and then of course the guys who are your bell cows, they'll emerge to the top, and we'll feed them where we can.
There was a debate about whether Destin Wayne was going to be a quarterback at this level as a recruit. You weren't here for those evaluations, so I'm curious, what are your kind of early impressions of him?
He actually, I would say, based on when I evaluated him, he probably throws the ball a little bit better than I expected, which is a promising sign. We know he's a good athlete, we know he's a leader, we know he's competitive. So. Unfortunately for him, we're in no rush to play him. I think that it's hard in this offense for sure to play a true freshman that hasn't been here in the spring. So he's got a role to play. He's going to be huge on the scout team for us this year. He can develop, and we'll see what he's made of. But so far, I'm impressed with him as a person and a player.
We always hear about how complex the NFL offense is. What are you as a coaching staff doing to kind of maybe dumb down a little things so that...
No dumb in here. No, I mean, honestly, I will tell you, I mean, Coach, to the credit of this staff, they recruited some really intelligent football players, guys that are football smart, guys that can learn, guys that, you can get ready to do their job. And I would say that I believe combining that with a smart center, a smart quarterback, and then having these guys that can learn packages is how we'll do it. And I think that's a credit to the staff. We've got to be great teachers. We've got to be on point. I've done this a few times now, so I know how to mainstream who can do what and what's too much. And, push the volume as much as we can, but when we get to a point where we feel it's too much, we've got to be sensitive to that. Make sure they can play fast and not take that away.
Josh Kattus made some big blocks on Saturday. What have you kind of been your early impressions of him?
I'm a big fan of Josh. He's got a long road to go, but he's got some special qualities. He's kind of become a favorite, I think, amongst the offense too. Like, as a young player, he's nasty, plays hard, plays the whistle. I think he aggravates the defensive guys at times, which I love. He's got a little something to him that's going to make him a really good football player.
When you have a guy like Dane Key, his dad, played at this level, is there any inherent advantage you think there just to having picked his brain or learned what he's been through?
Well, it's kind of cool is we have a couple of Josh, you just asked about, you got Dane, you got Ramon, Lewis. You got some guys whose dads played in the NFL, and there's no doubt in my mind that when you grow up around it, it accelerates the process to learn the game, the understanding, the love of the game, what it takes. When you're around pros, you just know how to be a pro. I mean, it's pretty cool to see, and I'd say that all those guys I just mentioned are probably three of the smarter players on this team, and I would no doubt credit that to the way they were raised and what they were around, and that will all help us this year.
What did you like about D-back when you were evaluating this film? He obviously didn't play a ton in Tennessee, so what jumped out there?
I mean, he's got a great physical build. He was here in camp. They recruited him hard when he was here before. Really, I think he came down to Kentucky and Tennessee on his decision making. And personally, we're looking for I call them chess pieces. You know, we want as many as these interchangeable parts to run our offense to create this illusion of a lot, but puts you in a world we want to play with these different types of players that can do a lot of things. And you know, I don't know if he's more tight end, more running back, more receiver. We're figuring that out as we go. I didn't have him in spring, so we're finding a role for him in that way. But I think I was able to do that with a lot of guys, and we have a lot of types of players like that. The more you have, the more you can create the complexity without running a lot more plays. And that's what we're trying to do.
Have you spoken to Coach Cohen at all during this period?
I've texted with Liam, but I'm grateful for what he did. He did a great job getting these guys ready last year, and has left a great foundation.
How about Coach Grant? What's it like having him on the sidelines?
Eddie?
Yes.
He's fast to become one of my best friends. He's one of the best people you meet, and I'm really proud to know him, and he's been really, really kind to me, and I'm very grateful for how he's treated me and what he does in this program.
Which I know, you got here right before spring, so I'm guessing in the summer you got to take a deeper dive into what you have and maybe what they've done in the past. Was there anything that surprised you, or that you learned when you looked deeper?
What surprised me is in college football now you have more time in the summer with your players than you do in the NFL. It's a great feeling, and I feel like running a pro offense, you can get this stuff done faster. You're available for this limited amount of time where you can interact with them, but you're able to create momentum so things are not foreign coming out of spring. And I think in the NFL, I mean, you go OTAs is virtually nothing anymore. They've limited it so much, and players disappear for 5 weeks, and who knows what shape they're in, and you lose a lot of traction sometimes. We were able to gain that traction by interacting with these guys, and was able to help Will's development, the young quarterbacks, and just the players around him. And I think that's accelerated what we can do in fall camp, and I think that puts us ahead, and I really like where we're at.
Rich, Ramon Jefferson's a guy who had over 1,000 yards last year. What have your first impressions been of him so far?
He's a good football player. I mean, Ramon was very productive the last 2 years. He was part of the COVID year. I think they won the national title, and it was a shortened season. I think he was 1,000 there too. He's a really good zone runner. He's got a good feel for combinations. He's physical.